Hi everyone, welcome. So today I want to talk about the OnePlus 3T. There's a lot of reviews out there, so I'm just going to do an overview and a quick history. So I'm coming from, I used to use the MyTouch 3G, which was from HTC, the Nexus, the Galaxy S2. And at that point, I felt that Android was not smooth, fluid enough, and there was more features in the iOS. So I jumped ship. I'm a user. I want to experience a fluid, really cool smartphone. So I jumped ship to iOS. I had the iPhone 5, iPhone 6. So there's about 4 years in there. And then I decided, I'm sick of iOS and I want to go back to Android. So this is my jump back to Android after 4 years. So if you have never used iOS or you used Android, left Android, and now coming back, maybe this will teach you some stuff and maybe this will be informative. When I bought this phone, the OnePlus 3T, this is the 128 gig model. I don't think it really matters what size, but it was stuck in customs for 6 days. So be patient, because once it leaves China, within 24 hours, well in the US at least, it comes in within the 24 hours. So be patient. Once it leaves customs, you're good to go. Calm down, don't go nuts. It's not OnePlus's fault once it's left their hands. So let's talk about this phone, and thanks for joining me. So I've used the OnePlus 3T for a good 2 weeks now. It's been a little over 2 weeks. So one thing I really appreciate is how fast this phone is. It is super fast. I don't have many widgets. I'm coming from iOS, so I kind of like to have things simple. You can have widgets laid out here. If you hold this down, you have these options to add different widgets. You can have some people like to have the clock. So you hold it down and you can put it up. Oh, sorry. I think it takes about 2 rows. Let's go to widgets. You can put the calendar up, I guess. And let's go to another page since it's going to take a lot of space. And you have that over there. The OnePlus 3T is a 1080p display. This is 5.5 inches from here to here. So keep in mind that this is a big phone. Using one hand, I think I have pretty average size hands. Well, a little bit bigger than average maybe. But even using one hand is a bit of a challenge. OnePlus, the iPhone 6 was fine. But this is bigger phone, so keep that in mind. It's a 1080p display. It works really well, and the big plus for me is having Super AMOLED. Coming from an LCD, which is iPhone 6, to an OLED display, it's phenomenal. These blacks are the same black as not having the screen on. So when the screen's turned off, these are the same blacks. It's not like some light shining through, but it's black. This is perfect black. And these are colors. One thing I do have to say is you're going to want to go into the settings. For me especially, I don't like super saturated colors, but in the display, there's a setting called screen calibration. I chose customization. I made it a little bit, in the middle. It was too warm, so I kind of toned it back a little bit. So it'd be a little toned down, and to me, it looks more natural. Coming from iOS, or I guess if there's maybe another device you're coming from that's not Android, or maybe it is Android, is you can appreciate gestures. So a gesture is you doing something to the display that causes a function. So in this case, I have this display to double tap and turn on, and double tap, turn off. You can do circle to turn on the camera. You can do a V to do the flashlight. And this is, for me, I have to have that home button on the fingerprint sensor on the front. I don't like the back ones because I usually keep my phone on the table without lifting. Usually with other phones I would have to turn on the power button to see what's going on, like this, and then turn it off or let it just turn off automatically. But with this phone, I can glance over, see what's going on, double tap, okay, nothing, or there's something, and then double tap and turn off. Another great thing is the fingerprint sensor is super fast. I've not experienced any phone that's as fast as this. If there's one out there, let me know. But for me, definitely faster than iPhone, faster than the Galaxy S7. And here, I'll do a quick demonstration. Less than a second, here. Less than a second. It's faster than the display turning on. That's how fast it is. So there are 3 things I want to let you know that I am iffy or just maybe not that impressed with this phone. So as many good things there are, these are not deal breakers, I would say, but it's something to keep in mind. It does kind of sway a little bit to some people. I know for some people it does make a big deal that these functions are not really in there or really fleshed out. So one can be considered minor is the notifications. If you're coming from iOS, in stock Android or in Oxygen OS, you're not going to have notifications. So if you have a phone call, you're not going to get that one that you missed a call. Or you have 3 unread messages, you can have 3 next to the icon. Or you have an unread email, so there's a 1 next to the email icon. So Oxygen OS and Google's stock Android OS, so the Nougat OS, is not going to have that. So to get those, you're going to have to install a launcher, which is what you're seeing on the screen. It's like a skin, and so Samsung, I know Samsung phones have it because they have TouchWiz as the launcher. You can install Nova Launcher, you can install Asus's Zen Launcher, you can install Line Launcher. I mean, there's launchers out there that have that, but just keep in mind that for me, I like stock, but I just wish the notifications were there, because if I miss it, I'm going to have to look up here in the notification bar to see what I've missed. The next thing is the vibration on this phone is not very strong. Sometimes people call me, I don't feel it in my pocket. So keep that in mind. The third thing that I do have a gripe with is the camera. So in normal light settings, it's really great. So you're going to see good, vivid pictures. It's a 16 megapixel camera, but having more pixels doesn't always mean a great photo. So when you take a photo, so for example, I have, as a gesture, I have double tap home to be my camera. So right now I'm going to take a photo. Right now I don't have a lot of light coming into the room. So I'm going to take this photo. Focus. Photo. It's very fast. I can take photos. It's very fast. But when you look at the photos, sometimes it comes out really good, but sometimes it's quite blurry. I don't know if it's post-processing or it's the high pixel, but the light is too low, so it's not enough light to come in that can capture the full, the focus right. So when I look at this picture, some of it's great. Like right now I did capture this okay, but more often than not, I gotta say that the picture comes out quite blurry. So here's a photo that is kind of blurry. I'm not sure if it'll translate well into the video camera, but it is blurry. So I hope you got some good information from this video. So if you're coming from iPhone or from a different Android device to this, just keep some things in mind. It's a really great phone. The operating system is very fluid. Oxygen OS is great. It's pretty much stock Android. So if you're getting the Pixel, this is pretty much a very similar experience, except it has the added functions such as gestures. You've got these actual physical capacitive buttons down here. The build quality is phenomenal. So if you told me this is a $600, $700, $800 phone, I'd believe you. I mean, it's such a great device. It's Gorilla Glass 4, ceramic button, which is unscratchable fingerprint sensor, all metal. Buttons all metal, sapphire glass. Some phones have metal back or plastic on the side. Kind of cheating you, I feel like, in those cases. But it's a really great device overall, and the build quality is phenomenal. Even the speaker grill is made of metal. So you get a really great device. For me, stock Android is fine. I really appreciate it. It's great. But someone like my wife, who's coming from, who's an iPhone user, but the one reason why she comes to Android is to have more customization. So she wants, this cutesy stuff. So she has Line Launcher, and she's gonna have, she has flowers. The icons are animals, just cute background, cute buttons. For her, that suits her. So she could do that here, but for her, the deal breaker is the camera. Like I said, taking quick photos and making things look good, and coming out really good when you have a kid or going to events and you don't always have bright light. The Samsung Galaxy S7 suits her best. So she got the pink, I think it's called the pink gold Samsung Galaxy S7, and then she can have the launcher installed as well. So she has the best of both worlds, which is camera and the launcher. But for me, I don't need that stuff. I like stock. I like things to be clean, smooth, and practical, I'd say, to a degree. So for me, this phone suits me really well. The camera is a little bit iffy for me, but I have a camera for that. I have a DSLR or a different camera that I take photos with anyway, so that's me. The two gripes I have is, I wish the notifications were there, like the numbers, and the vibration is kind of weak. But one thing I would like to mention is I love having that toggle. You know, coming from iPhone, I kind of use that toggle quite a bit. So from ringtone to vibration. If you put in the middle, it's do not disturb. So it's kind of nice to have that. And so overall, it's a really great phone. Thank you for watching my video. See you guys next time.